So I'm Tracy Lanes, Director of Operations, and I've been with Choice since 2002. Although I was with Choice before I came back to Choice, I was a homes manager with Choice from 1985 to 1992. I became Director of Operations in 2006, and so prior to that I just worked in the Choice side of things because Choice is made up of different legal entities, True Care, Orchard End and Choice. And so part of my role really has been to ensure a brand across the whole Choice Care group of good standards in care homes for the people we support, so they can expect to receive exactly the same level of care planning, of person-centred planning, staff training, and that's what I've been doing really, and managing a team of area directors to line manage the managers in the homes. One of the most important things to us really, I think, is leadership, and we have very strong leadership in the organisation, obviously led by Edwina, but we have clear training on leadership. So for our management staff and for staff that want to become managers, we have a management development programme, and leadership is a big part of that training. We ensure that all of our staff are involved in staff recruitment. So if you're a new social care worker coming into the social care field and you're in an interview, on the other side of the table there's a person with a learning disability or a mental health problem, so you can see these are very important people right from the start. And to ensure that we provide a good culture, we do this via our staff. So we ensure that we properly train our staff, and we keep very clear records and a KPI of all the staff training that we deliver. And the things that we concentrate on, apart from the statutory things that we have to train people on, are things like safeguarding, values and attitudes, person-centred planning, so that our staff really do know how to deliver a person-centred service to the people we support. We also do annual, and sometimes more frequently, our own internal compliance audits. So basically we just inspect our homes in exactly the same way as an inspector would. And the way that we do that is that the area directors will go to each other's homes, so they're not inspecting their own homes. And they will turn up unannounced. They will spend a whole day there, and they will go through all of the records, making sure that people are recording things like medication properly, that they're administering medication safely, they're reporting under safeguarding properly, and speaking to the people who live there and saying, what do you think about living here? What do you think of the staff? So basically, the other thing that is very important to us is reflective practice. So on a homes level, the way that we encourage staff to reflect is if they have to deal with an incident that is very difficult, they will then sit down with the manager afterwards and they will use what we call a critical incident analysis. So they will go through, they will look back at what's just happened, and they will say, could I have done it differently? Is there any further training I might need to help me resolve that problem in future? But it's a process to make them reflect and help them to understand the idea of reflecting is that we all think back on things and think, well, if I could have done that differently, then I might have been more successful. So it's a way of them building skills so they become more successful at supporting people, and they think in a more reflective way. We have very strong values about the work that we do. We are a business, but we're driven by the values of supporting people with either learning disabilities or mental health needs, and that's what really drives us forward. And everything we do, any decision we make, is really based around our values.